Well, then the case that we may find ourselves looking at is less the athlete, more society. Are we making the right decisions by asking our professional athletes to show us the way, to be the role models that we hope they're going to be? Are we making that mistake? That's the question.
I think, you know, Sean, I think you're a role model in everything that you do out there. I mean, it's like Kurt was saying, it's how you're raised, and I truly believe that. I think I'm incredibly humbled by the opportunity that I had. I mean, coming out of college, I didn't take a cut in pay like you did, going from college to pro. I had to make it a little bit different, you know. But I'm humbled by it, and I'm humbled that when we get there, and I've always was. I can remember playing for the Rams my 4th year in the league, and I'd wake up in the morning and I'd be like, I can't believe I get to do this. I mean, this is unbelievable. This is a kid's dream. I'm on a 50-yard line shaking hands with a guy like you, Walter Payton, Jimbo Covert, Sean, you know, I mean, Mike Singletary. A couple years earlier, I was watching him on TV. So for me, it was a tremendous amount of gratitude. And you know, Kurt, you nailed it. I mean, we are so lucky. And I was a special teams guy, and I was pretty ballistic when I played. I have no idea how I had evidently played 7 years. I remember 3 of them because I was knocked out about 4. Half the time I ran down on kickoff, I'd be out cold. But I played with a passion, and I played with a love for the game that I mean, if someone can match the way I played, and I know it's out there, I just loved it. I wasn't the greatest athlete, but man, did I love waking up and getting to be able to do this. And that's just my attitude. So it is really hard when you're watching some of the money that's out there right now, and kind of the not disrespect for the game, but just that it's almost owed to them, and they need to realize where they came from, man, because it was an honor to be able to do what we did. We lived a dream for a short time of our life.
And Tim, being the president of the Chicago chapter, I think the question to you is, and you brought it up, you were knocked cold so many times, you forget how many years you played. The issue is, you know, we're all ex-athletes. The system we have in place, what do we need to do to change it?
Right. Well, you know what, and the best way to respond to that, because it can be so complicated, you have to know the history of the game. You know, there's a guy out there, Bruce Laird, who has done a tremendous amount of things with the NFLPA, the pension, and fighting for the guys' rights. And the bottom line is the way the former players feel is that it's just to simplify it, to really simplify it, because this debate can go on forever, is right now it's just not fair the way the money's being distributed, or the guys that are these guys that are disabled, it's just not fair the way they're being taken care of. And we're just trying to find a simpler way, a better way to make the money be distributed a little bit more fairly. Right now, the NFL is an $8 billion industry, where baseball is a 3.5, and so they've got a lot of money, and we just want to take care of the guys who help build the game. So.
Well, I got to tell you, as an ex-athlete, you think about all the things that happen to you while you're playing, and sometimes you don't think about what happens after the game. In fact, we'll come back to that here at Sullivan Steakhouse on MouthpieceSports.com.